Live from London, this is Strictly It Takes Two. Please welcome your host, Zoe Ball.
Hello and welcome to...
It takes two, baby. It takes two, baby. Me and you.
More from our amazing Strictly singers later in the show. But I wonder if things are as harmonious in the green room. Let's find out. It's the pitch perfect Danny and Oti. Woohoo! And joining them for... It's our Pro Challenge contender, Gorka the Corker, and the one and only Ian Waite. Look at that perfect frame. Speaking of which, stop fooling around, Ian. You're on next. Come on. It's time for Waite's warm-up. Here he is, the gorgeous Ian Waite.
Rent the crowd in again.
Rent a crowd, all Ian's students. It is a double whammy warm-up because, of course, our couples have two dances this weekend. They're shattered. Get you on out, mister. Come on.
Yes, look at this. It's not just a bauble on the end of my trousers. Look. Glitter ball.
It's a glitter ball, all
Yes.
Christmassy. I love that. Be careful where you put it. OK, Claudia and AJ, we're going to talk about their first dances first. Finally got their 10, so deserved, last week. They're dancing a quick step. Is this looking worthy of top marks from what you can see so far?
Well, Zoe, it's very intricate step patterns, as you can see here. But with those difficult choreographies, it is more difficult to keep everything else in check. So, for instance, when you can see, like, there's lots of gapping going on.
Mind the gap.
And also, the leg length. Because AJ has quite a longer leg than Claudia, sometimes the gap's going to occur. So she needs to make contact a little bit higher up, further up the top of the rib cage, and then she'll have more leg room to go back.
OK.
Do you see that long leg?
Look at the length. Not many people have that length of limb, though. There's not usually gapping when they dance the weekend, so it's probably just early days, isn't it? Danny and Oti are doing the American Smooth. Now, last weekend, both Craig, Len and both said that he needed to work on his heel leads a little bit. Footwork looking up to scratch here.
Well, you know, with a tango, it's very important that those heel leads are seen. Now, this is an American Smooth Viennese waltz, which is unusual, isn't it? Normally it's a foxtrot or something. We did that, didn't we actually? But obviously, with those Viennese waltzes, the ones always have to be a heel lead. He's doing those impeccably, so the footwork's very good. What I'd like to see from him is I'd like to see on the pivots a little bit more rotation in the body, because he leaves his left side a little bit too open when he pivots round, and he needs to get the left side around. See, I just twirl at the...
I know, look at that. The drop of a hat.
Drop of the hat.
Next up, Louise and Kevin doing a samba. Now, we know Lou is really good at grace and poise. How are Mrs. Redknapp's hips looking?
I think this could be a big challenge for her this week. I think she's going to struggle a little bit more with this dance. We haven't seen it before from her. She normally breezes through every week. But this is a more technical dance. The samba's always a dance which the females seem to struggle with. And I think, you know, she's going to need to work on those details. If she can just get a little bit more into the knee on the promenade runs, she'd be able to stretch that back leg. But the thing is with her, she's always got impeccable arms. Look at the finishing off of the arms.
Look at the finish
no
on
matter
those
what she
fingers.
does with those arms, they always seem to be very graceful and finished off.
Graceful and gracious, yes. Ari and Joanne doing a quick step to Are You Going to Be My Girl from Jet. Can this be good enough to keep them out of the dance-off?
Well, it's difficult to critique this, Zoe, because this is their first rehearsal in training. So Joe's just teaching him the step pattern, as you can see. But at the moment, there's a lot of gapping going on, as you can see, and also the arms are dropped. But it's more like a practice run-through, really, than actually going through it properly. So that's difficult. But what I will say is that he's up on the balls of his feet.
Good boy.
And it's very light and frothy. So, I mean, that's what you want from a quick step. It needs to be kept light and smooth and just like hot coals across the dance floor.
Dancing across hot coals. OK, second dances for all of them. Claudia and AJ are doing a rumba. We know they're brilliant at high energy. How are they going to do at this sensual dance?
Well, you know what? She's doing some really nice straight legs, which is a must in the tango.
Tango, hang on.
In the rumba.
It's been quite a long few weeks.
In the rumba, but what she but what she needs to do is she needs to settle into those hips a little bit more. It can look a little bit stiff if you're just straightening the legs. Just do it with me.
Come with you.
So
yes, here we go.
Side, and then check and settle into the hip. Settle into the squeeze the sides. Settle into
back.
Yeah, back and settle, way. Squeeze, side, straight legs, settle into the...
Do I look like I've had some kind of the Ministry of Funny Walks?
Yes.
OK, sorry about that.
It is very difficult.
It is really tricky,
but
especially in these
But she needs to have more hip action.
OK, good girl. Right, Danny and Oti are doing a salsa. Woohoo!
Yes.
This could be exciting. How's it looking?
Yeah, well... for Danny, this doesn't look as comfortable as we've seen him before, especially when we saw him do that samba, that tribal samba. Wasn't it amazing?
Yes.
Well,
how could we forget?
You'd think that this had a similar vibe to it, but it has a totally different technique, and I think he's struggling a little bit this week with that. So, you know, who knows whether he can pull it out the bag by Saturday. There was a little bit of choreography there that went a little bit wrong, but I see that Oat is actually taking blame. So she's going,
the pros can go wrong.
We can go wrong. I know we're normally perfect, but you know, we can go wrong.
Louise and Kevin are doing a tango. Now, can we see Kevin reach the final for the 4th time?
Well, do you know what, Zoe? I really hope so. I mean, it's looking tight and compact, just like my bottom. And lots of very staccato moves. I mean, it's great. And I love her head position here. As you can see, she's got a lovely head position out there. Now, the thing is, when she pivots, she brings her head in. So she doesn't get the full range and movement of the pivot. If she was to take the head out a little bit more as she went round, she'd get more, she'd use that weight of that head to get her round.
Spin her round.
Exactly. So she'd go faster.
OK, that is science, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
And last week, Darcy was very impressed with Ore's control. Does his Argentine tango with Joanne look nicely controlled? Is this going to be a goodie?
Well, for me, it's looking sultry, sensuous, seductive.
Tick, tick, tick.
All the S's, just like me. And, I mean, it looks great. And I love what he's doing with partnering.
Yeah.
He seems to be holding her, shaping her. Look at that lovely line. I thought we could try
Can we try that? OK.
It's a little bit like a throwaway. So you sit on my lap.
Sit on your lap.
And then
like
throw that leg away.
Throw
that leg away.
Leg away.
And now this arm comes round my head.
Oh, look.
Like that.
In this
and then this arm caresses my arm like that.
Yep.
And then just stroke me. Just stroke me.
Just stroke you? Where?
Yeah.
On the elbow?
No.
That's sexy. Oh, and it should look just like that, ladies and gentlemen. That's how it's done. Oh. That was our penultimate Ian Waite's warm-up. There's only one more next week. I can't bear it.
One more.
Isn't he gorgeous? Ian Waite, everyone. Right, time now to make our Strictly Pro sweat in TV's toughest dance move-related challenge ever.
The Strictly Pro Challenge is back and bigger than ever. This year, our pros are going to attempt to set a Guinness World Record for the most jive kicks and flicks in 30 seconds. We'll be looking for strong, pointed kicks and then the feet returning to the floor after the flick. If they don't bring the foot back to the resting position, then the step will be disqualified. There can only be one champion, so they need to make every step count. This is the Strictly Pro Challenge 2016.
Thank you, Ian. Let's welcome our next contender. He's 26, brings a packed lunch into work every day and has a rucksack with 8 compartments, including one with a built-in fridge. It is true. Jive kicking and flicking for his place in the competition. It's Gorka the Corker! Hello, darling. Oh, we have missed you on this show, Gorka. So, first year on Strictly, first pro challenge. Were you a little nervous, Gorka?
Yes, I am and I was.
You were,
yeah.
and you are.
Yeah.
That's a good order. We hated losing you and Tamika just in week 2. We still miss you both. Can you do better, do you think, in the pro challenge?
Well, I went out in week 2, so if I do more than 2, I think...
Then you're going to be OK. Oksana and Jeanette at the top of the leaderboard. Look, we can see them there. Feel at all intimidated by those 2 beautiful ladies?
Well, I didn't expect them to be the first ones, but I can say, like, we're still missing some of the other pros that I thought they're going to be, like, first on the leaderboard. So, yeah, I'm quite impressed again, like...
I know. It's quite interesting, isn't it? OK. This competition is a huge deal, Gorka. I hope you've taken it very seriously. Did you do lots of practice in preparation?
I've been 26 years practicing for this.
Yeah, that's what we like to hear. Let's see how you got on.
This is my first experience on a Strictly Pro Challenge, and I hope my kicks and flicks are good enough to set a new world record.
Hello, Gorka.
Hello, how are you?
Very well. Now, you're one of the new pros, and this is the first time you've ever done a pro challenge. Do you think you can take on the rest of the pros?
Well, I'm super excited, and I will try to do my best to impress everyone and make all the other pros be scared.
OK, then, well, please take a position on the floor.
Thank you.
Gorka, good luck. I'm going to count you in for the record. 3, 2, 1, go. "15 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop.
Yes. Very good. How did that feel?
Very good.
Is the heart pumping?
It's all right.
It's good to see the fit, young, fresh ones, you see.
He's still
they
smiling.
don't find it difficult at all. What did you think?
I thought you did really well.
Thank you.
It was almost like a performance. The quality was there. Maybe there was a few dodgy ones, but you did really well.
Well done, Gorka.
Thank you very much. I hope I did enough to, like, be in the highest position I can, and I think I did quite well.
Nice work, Gorka. Possibly the loudest attempt that we've had. Lots of stomping there. How do you think you did? Yes.
I was doing flamenco.
Yeah, flamenco. Oh, even flamenco in your kicks and flicks. Now, of course, after each of the professionals had made their attempt, the footage was watched back by adjudicators in slow motion to verify every single step to make sure they were accurate. Choreographer to the stars, Richard Marcel, said there was a lot of quality in your jive kicks and flicks. Do you think you made any mistakes?
Maybe like the last 15 seconds were the hardest one because you start to get tired, so then your legs doesn't go properly high and with the jump. So I think maybe some of them, hopefully not. Well,
interesting you should say that because I can reveal that you had 0 steps disqualified. So things are looking good. Gorka Marquez, I can reveal that in 30 segundos, you completed... jive kicks and flicks, which puts you 3rd on the leaderboard there. So close. Are you happy with that score? Oh, Gorka! Everyone rushes to give him a cuddle. It was a solid effort. Give it up for Gorka. It's really lovely to see you. Gorka the Corker!
Thank you.
Give our love to Tamika. Well, Gorka may have fallen slightly behind in the Pro Challenge, but can the same be said of our celebrities? Let's see if Claudia and Louise have been keeping up in training.
I'm loving the quick step. It's so cool because it's a bit of ballroom and it's a bit of jumping at the same time. I don't know if that's like technically dancing, you know, words.
Well, it's not exactly like that, but I like the energy. Very fast, quick steps, flying around the room, lots of pivots in this dance. Pivot.
My quick step has to be really, really good because I really want to get to that final. Sorry.
You don't have to say sorry, just don't get it wrong.
And I need to be that ball of energy and keep smiling.
Hop, hop. Very good.
I've been a bit nervous of the samba. I find the wiggling hip action just difficult. Everything's moving, nothing ever stops moving. Don't like the samba.
She's got to be sexy and full of body action, which I think she's a little bit shy of, a little bit nervous of.
I'm trying to be really positive and just throw myself at it, move everything as much as I can and see what happens.
Now, the music on Strictly this year has been pretty amazing. We've had everything from Whitney to Gangnam, all of which have been delivered flawlessly by my next guest. Please welcome Hayley, Lance, Andrea and Tommy, also known as the Strictly Singers. Oh, it is so lovely to see your faces in front of me. And the first time that we've had you all together. Yeah. What a treat. Tommy, we've loved the series so far. Has it been enjoyable for you, darling?
It's been the best one so far. It really has. It's been a lot of fun.
What's made it the best one, do you reckon?
Well, the dance is more than anything, but the music's been really good this year. We've enjoyed doing a lot of it. Yeah, it's just a joy to go in every Friday and Saturday.
It's a joy, isn't it? It is. You've had some incredible songs to cover this year. What have your favourites been to perform, Hayley?
I think mine was for Basil and Madge. I'll Be Seeing You, The Remembrance.
Oh, yes, Basil and Madge when they came at the end and we were all in tears. Lance, a favourite?
I think Unforgettable for Daisy and Eliash. I really enjoyed it.
Which is indeed unforgettable. Actually, we must talk about Gangnam Style because, you know, that was quite a moment, Ed and Katja. And Lance, I'm assuming that you don't speak fluent Korean.
Well, I do now.
You do now. What do you do when you get a song like that? I mean, what, do you learn it? Would you read it?
It was a little bit of both. Yeah. I had some lyrics written phonetically and the original lyrics, which I was turning the page to try and work out which way they went, and then listening to it. So it was a bit of it was hard.
Would you give us a little blast now? With a bit of encouragement, please. Come on, Lance.
낮이 윤타 사로운 인가 닭인 여자. You see, it was a group effort.
It is a group effort.
Gangnam Style.
Yeah! Oh, I miss Ed, I have to say. How long do you get to rehearse the numbers?
Well, go on, Ange.
Well, I start learning the songs on Monday,
yeah.
So it's about 4 days. And then on Friday, we go in and have evening rehearsal. So. Right. Not very long.
Not very long at all. No. You do it like a couple of times through, don't you, on a Saturday before the actual show? How is it when you've got Whitney to do, Andrea? I mean, that's big. It's a big number.
Yes. It's very scary for me because Whitney's my idol. So, and, you know, no one sings like Whitney Houston. So, yeah, I'm a bit petrified when I get a Whitney song.
I don't know, though. And you say no one sings like Whitney. You do it good, girl. You really I always get really emotional the bigger it gets. And you've been singing on the show since it started, Tommy.
I have since the pilot.
I know, look at you. Haven't aged at all. You've got a portrait in the attic, I reckon.
I was 5 when
What's the most difficult part of your job, would you say?
I think the languages. I think when the languages come up, we always have a little problem with them. Spanish and whatever is not so bad. Speak a little bit of Spanish, but we always we get nervous when the language ones come up.
Yeah.
But on the whole, it's not really a chore, is it? It's always. Well, for me...
I always think you get the best view as well.
Oh.
You see everything going on. We saw Melvin and Jeanette did a great film this week about all the whoopsies. Hayley, I was wondering if you've had any whoopsies during live shows.
No, mine... How long have we got? I don't find mine that funny, but my favourite ones...
We do.
My favourite ones have been Tommy and Ange, actually. We did Ghostbusters once and left Andrea all by herself. Ghostbusters! Really loud.
Were you just on your own?
On my own.
Where are you?
They left me hanging.
Oh, bless.
And then Tommy filled me up Buttercup.
Buttercup was one of my favourite moments because at the intro, why do you build me up? And I came in on my own a bar early, so it was, why do you
We're going to dig that out.
Yes, you will.
I think we should. You're so busy, obviously, doing the show, but lovely Anne from Barnes, Evening Anne, would like to know what you do when Strictly's not on air. Let's go along the line. Hayley, what do you do?
Just wait for Strictly.
Like the rest of us.
Yeah. No, just do lots of different gigs, writing music and sessions and different bits and bobs, arranging harmonies. Okay. So give me a call if anyone...
Yeah, anyone is needing Lance?
Yes, really studio work and session work and touring as well.
Touring.
With, you know, with Strictly stuff. So it's
And Andrea?
Same.
Yeah.
Backing vocals for different bands, different artists. So, and studio work. Adverts, you name it.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Tommy?
I like to do nothing when we finish.
Yes, brilliant.
Absolutely nothing
like
at the
me.
end of it. Yeah.
Perfect. And Lance, got any advice for anybody who's not so keen on the dancing but would like to sing?
Would like to sing?
Yeah.
I think it's important if you have a passion for singing to go for it and make sure that you learn your craft as you go.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you believe in something, go for it and not be knocked back, as we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, and phone Dave Arch.
And phone Dave Arch. No, don't you do know about that. Well, that is so lovely to see. We couldn't have you on the show without asking you to sing us a little something. Would you do the honours? Yes, go on. Here we go.
Oh, my friend Susie.
Oh, your friend Susie's here. Love it.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight. Walking in a winter wonderland. In the Santa we can build a snowman and pretend that he is passing round. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man. You can do the job while you're in town. Now, later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire. So face unafraid the plans that we made. Walking in a winter wonderland. Walking in a winter wonderland.
Me cry. If that doesn't get you in the Christmas spirit, then nothing will. Good luck with the rest of the series, my darlings. Give a love to Dave and Trev and all the band. They're wonderful. Hayley, Lance, Andrea and Tommy. Right, time now for our final guests.
And I am telling you how to go away.
These two aren't going, Hayley. In fact, they did very well with their tango this week. It's the dreamy Danny and Oti. Hayley, nice work!
I loved it. It was dynamic. You were leading. You're an incredible dancer.
The focus in those eyes. Oh, my God, it was outstanding.
Every moment of this dance was under your control. You were the star of the show.
What a pair of dreamboats. Danny and Oti, everyone! Just a lovely little moment there where Oti was saying to Danny she hasn't watched this back yet, and Danny, you said, why has she not watched it back?
Because she still thinks I'm going to go wrong.
It's hilarious. I have to say, 4th week, top of the leaderboard, on the trot. Amazing stuff. What's the view like up the top there, Danny?
We didn't even know.
I didn't even realise.
You just scared us now. So what do you mean?
No, I had no idea. Not at all. Because you just take it 1 week at a time. And I simply hope to just get all the steps right and not mess it up.
Look, Oti, you can see it now. How's it look? Yeah, she can't even look. You can't even look at it. You did tell Claude, up at the Claude Auditorium, that you weren't expecting 10s with this dance. I know you said this to us last week on the show. You were quite worried. What were you most worried about with this one?
It was the footwork. It felt. You know what? If I'm honest, I was terrified. I get so nervous anyway, and I was really, really worried about this one. I just had that horrible feeling that I didn't even tell Oti about because I didn't want to put it out there. But it was. I thought it might be the foxtrot all over again.
Yeah.
But even when we got through, and then as soon as you hear negative comments from the judges, you straight away you go, well, it's not going to be a 10 because there's a criticism.
Yeah.
So I was really, really surprised.
Amazing work, though, I have to say. Oti, you were rocking the disco diva look.
Thank you.
You sounded so excited when it ended as well. I mean, it was obviously a huge relief. Did it go better than even you had expected it to?
It did, because I think I also had the same feeling, but I also didn't tell him. So you see, I also thought, oh my goodness, we're going to mess it up. He's going to forget. And then I'm going to have to push and pull him across the floor again. I do not want to do this so late in the competition. And then he did it with no mistakes. Yes. And I could not stop screaming. I was so happy. I was like, probably you shouldn't do this on TV right now. But I couldn't hold myself back. I was like, yes!
I love seeing you like that. I think it's amazing. Love the group tango moment. Everyone's been trying that at home in their kitchens. It's all like dirty dancing, like the lineup with Penny. Was that your idea, Oti? That's so good.
Yeah, it was, actually. You know, having extra dancers is such a nice thing. You always want to make it look like a formation. Actually, I had them doing a lot more than that. It just got changed on the night. I think they are all incredible, and we all need to see how amazing the extra dancers are, and to have them dance with us.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's an honor to have them there. So I thought, let's just use their talents and actually do some crazy things.
It was actually quite a nice moment in rehearsals, because the pros only came in for an hour. It takes me 4 whole days to get that. They came in for an hour and got it. And actually, Oti was really emotional. It was really lovely to see her choreography come to life with a bunch of people.
Yeah. Oti's like, don't tell them I was emotional.
It was really
I'm
lovely,
hard. So it's semi-finals week. Things have just got serious. 2 dances, the Smooth for you. American Smooth to you and I. How difficult is this one, Danny?
For this, the American Smooth is such a beautiful song, and it's Oti's choreography again, so it's lovely to do. The only thing that helps with this one is that we've done the Viennese waltz before, so that's sort of a bit of the stress taken out, because we don't have to worry so much. Well, I do, but we don't have to learn a brand new... It's not a brand new style, but we do have the lifts, and that's what Oti's referring to.
You've got lifts. This is quite exciting, actually, because you're doing a salsa as well. And we know he likes to shake his tush.
Does he?
Oti, what's the verdict so far on training on this one?
It's different. I mean, we just started it. We just finished the Viennese waltz, and now we're starting on the samba, and it's completely salsa, sorry. And it's completely different. So it's getting the choreography, it's getting the lifts, because we have like new lifts in both the dances.
You're the only couple with lifts in both your dances.
Yeah, and this time I think we always...
I'm feeling strong.
Yeah.
Iron Man.
Hardly.
Yeah.
Popeye, get your spinach in.
I'm trying.
Yeah, and I think we always try to do something different. So in both dances, it's quite difficult lifts, but we'll get it. We will get it.
She says, sort of not quite sure. No, how is Oti? Has she gone into overdrive with the 2 dances?
You know what? It's actually funny this week, because Oti's so, like, she's such a stickler for technique and precision. But this week, because there's 2 dances, she almost has to be slightly more lenient, because there's so much choreography to learn. You've got to hold back on how much time we spend walking up and down the room. Because every week, like, Oti does spend so much time with me, taking that time to get the technique right. But we have half the time this week, because we've got 2 dances. So.
Now, this is the thing. You often train 11 hours in the day. When you've got 2 dances, how long are those days now?
They feel incredibly short. That's the one thing we've not allowed for, is I've got used to taking every waking hour to learn one. And now there's no extra hours to grab from anywhere, unless we just literally do not sleep.
There's a panic.
I'm trying to suppress the panic.
A bit of panic.
But it's so funny, because whenever we're under pressure, I get really relaxed. Like, I chill out. I'm like, it's fine.
This is really disconcerting.
You got this. And then I'm like, why are you panicking? He's like, because you're calm.
That's why I'm
like
panicking.
I was like, well, what are you going to do? It's the dancers.
He's like that, quivering. Yeah. Now, we know the celebrities all get on brilliantly, but there is only room for 3 in the final, Oti. How are things between you pros? Kev's been there 3 times before. Yeah. He's not won yet. You've got AJ's the young gun. You're coming. I mean, is it getting tough between you guys?
No, it's not. You know, I know Joanne from competition, and I'm the biggest Joanne fan. I used to have, like, her posters in my room and stuff. I absolutely love Joanne. And she's a really good friend of mine, and I look up to Kevin, because I think everything he does is amazing. And AJ's like the baby brother, so everybody wants to take care of him. So there is no between us. It's all just love, and they're all amazing. They really, really are amazing, and it's a good group. I love all of them.
OK, you stay calm. You don't panic.
Chill, yeah.
It'll all be fine. I cannot wait to see 2 lots of lifts. You'll be amazing, as always. Danny and Oti! We'll get them. That's all we have time for tonight. What fun! A huge thanks to all my lovely guests. Join me tomorrow. I'll be chatting to those cheeky little lion cubs, Claudia and AJ. Vicky Gill will be here with more glorious Strictly costumes. Plus, husband and wife, Neil and Katja, go head-to-head in the Pro Challenge. Have a beautiful evening, people.